Hello and welcome. I'm dealing with a crazy cat in the background, so please forgive any sudden noises. I'm Phillip, your host as always on these wonderful adventures, and today we're talking about Marvel Dice Throne. I just got it in the mail after kickstarting it. Now, why do I have this? I have seasons 1 and 2. I do not have Dice Throne Adventures. I didn't back that one because I didn't know how much it would get played because Heather is kind of wishy-washy on Dice Throne. She likes this version a lot better, but she knows the characters because we've watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And so when this came up, I was like, do you want to? Because I could pass on it. I like the original Dice Throne. I like the original characters. So Marvel Dice Throne didn't necessarily pull me, but Heather was like, yes, we can get that. So we have it. So now it's right here. It's a beautiful box. I do believe it's Manny who does the artwork. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Manny who does the artwork, and it is gorgeous. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is, that was something moving in the box. First thing we're going to talk about is they had beautiful, wonderful player mats that me and Heather bought 2 of. I've got the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and Heather ordered Captain Marvel. Now, something went wrong in the ordering process, and we did not receive our order of Captain Marvel, but let me tell you about first-class customer service. When the Dice Throne team realized that they had more orders than they had made, they sent out an email saying, hey, something went wrong on our end and we want to make this right. They didn't wait for the backlash. They didn't do anything like that. They took a very active stance on it, and they said, we can give you credits in the store, we can do we can send you a different one if that's what you would like, or we will make it work if you have to have this character. Now, Captain Marvel was my wife, so I said yes. My wife has her heart set on playing or having the Captain Marvel, and he was like, cool, we'll get it for you. I asked for an ETA, and he graciously said 2 to 3 weeks, and he also said that it's coming from other hubs, so it depends entirely on when they get it that they will ship it out to us. So I do believe it was Aaron from the Dice Throne team. I know you probably don't get any FaceTime, but you're getting it now. Thank you for doing an amazing job of customer service. I'm sure me being nice probably helped with your ability to do that. Now, let's pop the top on this thing. Now, with this game, there's a new rail system in here. Man, it really feels like something's loose in there, but it's not. And each individual character is color-coded to their tray. Instead of all black, they are now color-coded. What I really enjoy about this is each character has a very unique feel, and they just didn't slap Marvel IP over existing characters. These are entirely new characters working to the strengths of the comic book characters, true to what they do. So I'm going to pull them out, and we're going to kind of go through each of them in turn. We're going to start with Thor. Let's pull Thor out here. Give a real quick look at his board and his abilities. Now, Thor's main abilities is his guard break. If a player concludes their offensive roll phase with an attack, they may spend this token and roll 1, if the outcome is a 1 to 3, the attack becomes undefendable. Electrokinesis. This either boosts or you spend 3 to draw a card. So you may spend 3 of these at any time to draw 1 card. And there are areas on the board where you get to inflict extra damage for every electrokinesis token on your thing. And this is, you can stack up to 4. Guard breaks you can get 2 of. And then Mjolnir, God, I really hope I got that right. It's very hard to say. Is a companion, and a lot of his abilities allow you to either throw or retrieve Mjolnir. When you do this, when you throw it, you deal an isolated source of undefendable damage. And when you receive it, you gain electrokinesis back. You can throw it as many times as you have the ability to. Yeah, so this is really cool. You are definitely playing the God of Thunder, and it shows. I am impressed with this one. I have not got to play this one yet, but it's a very interesting dynamic to keep moving your companion around the board. It really plays into the character of Thor, of throwing your hammer and retrieving it while doing lightning damage. Moving on to the next character, let's get him put back in here. We'll just go down the line. Next up, we have Loki. Loki, they did a fabulous job on. They took the God of Mischief from North and really just pushed into it. So he has an illusion. At the beginning of the game, you start with 3 illusion cards set aside. A player with this token may spend it while being attacked. If spent, present the 3 illusion cards to your opponent face down in any order. You may suggest which card they should select. The attacker chooses any card, flip over the chosen card, and resolve the text. This token may not be transferred by any means, but can be removed. And what this gives is the chance to not hit Loki. Bag of Tricks has all sorts of fun stuff in it. During their upkeep phase, a player with this token removes it and rolls a 1. On a 1, you lose a CP. 2 to 5, Loki chooses whether the player heals, gains a CP, or receives 2 damage. On a 6, you gain 2 CP. Spellbound is really interesting as well. Once you get a Spellbound, you put it on your opponent's ability, and they can no longer use that ability. And it stays. Player uncovered cannot. Player who has 1 offensive ability uncovered cannot be affected by this token. So you can block their entire board. Remove this token at the conclusion of their offensive roll phase. So for 1 round, you can take away their best abilities. It is entertaining. And then again, the board is pretty standard, and it's doing a lot of tricks, moving things around. And I have found in this version of the game, the characters seem to hit a little harder than on average than the original 2 seasons of Dice Throne characters. I don't know if that's power creep or if that's just that. Scarlet Witch. Alright. Scarlet Witch does some really fun stuff. She messes with reality and what's going on with the board. So her side leaflet is the probability manipulation. This, if you have it, you can stack 2 of them. You can tip an even number up or down on your dice. So yeah, you can change a 2, 4, 6 to 1 off of that. Reality Warp. Force your opponent to use one of your dice. So they can't get an ultimate because they don't have their dice in hand. If a player inflicted with this token, when they begin their offensive roll phase, they must remove it and use one of Scarlet Witch's. That's what I'm reading this as. Like, so if they need 5 dice, they can't get it. They're only going to get 4 because they don't have their abilities. Conjure. Gain a chosen player's positive status effect or inflict reality warp. Once per turn, a player with this token may spend it during their main phase to either gain a positive status effect from a chosen player's leaflet. Any opponent may prevent this by discarding a card from their choice, inflict reality warp on the chosen opponent, and Crackle. Spend to add damage for each status effect. So if you've been stacking status effects, she then does more damage when she spends these. So positive or negative status effects on the hero board, you add 1 per state, negative, positive or negative, up to a maximum of 3 damage. So only 2 Crackle may be spent. I like what she's doing. It's a lot of manipulation and forcing things around that you probably don't want to have happen to you. And I want to try her board. She seems kind of temperamental in whether she's good or bad. All right, Spider-Man. This is who I played as in our first game. And he hits like a freight train. And the other thing he does is he is really tricky. So he doesn't have many stable abilities, but his first one is combo. Combo, if you have successfully hit somebody on your offensive roll phase, you can spend combo and do it and roll your offensive roll phase again. This is after they do their defensive roll. Webbed, the next incoming attack is undefendable. On the turn it's inflicted, it doesn't take effect. So you don't just spend it, make that move undefendable. No, it's the next attack that happens to it. So instead of being normal damage that you roll, if you're webbed, you can't move, so you just take the punch and enjoy it. After they take the punch, the token goes away. And invisibility, you can roll defense against an undefendable attack. Now, keeping invisibility is super hard, but the ability to take undefendable damage and then defend against it is ridiculous. So, and again, he hits pretty darn hard. He has a 5 pretty much as his lowest punch value. So that tells you about the power creep in this one. I enjoyed my playthrough of Spider-Man. I will probably play him again when we get it out, which, being that Heather enjoyed our first game, we will be definitely playing more, I'm sure. She played as Captain Marvel here. Pulling that out. Captain Marvel, her side powers, Cosmic Ray, you get to roll 2 dice and then pick the dice that you want to add to as an attack modifier. You can only spend 1, and you cannot spend it the turn it's gained. You charge up and you blow them away. And you cannot remove it or transfer it by any means. Once she gets it, she's got it. Cosmic Flare, these are fun little bombs that you're going to be dropping on your opponent, and when during their upkeep phase, this token deals 1 damage per Cosmic Flare to all opponents. So if you can pick up, it's a stack limit of 3, so if you can pick up 3, everybody takes 3 damage. But they go away once they go off during your upkeep phase. Radiance. Radiance changes a die to a 6 during defense. What's a 6 do? Well, on her board, a 6 on her defense deals a damage and prevents an incoming damage. It's pretty much siphon life off of people. It is fabulous. So getting a bunch, you can only have 2, but getting a bunch of those is really worthwhile. I got lucky that she didn't get many of those, but it was a good close game. I won, but we were both in single digits. So if that tells you anything, that's pretty normal for us. We don't have many huge swings in this game. Black Panther. The Black Panther is pretty easy and straightforward. He has only 2 abilities. He's got kinetic energy with a stack limit of 8, and he's got a vibranium suit. I'll start with the vibranium suit. A player with this token may spend it to prevent 3 incoming damage. This token may not be transferred by any means, but it can be removed. It's a good just block of attack power. The kinetic energy boosts damage and burst at stack limit. So for every 2 kinetic energy, increase damage from your attack by 1. It's an attack modifier. Upon reaching kinetic energy stack limit, immediately remove all kinetic energy tokens, then gain 2 CP, draw 2 cards, and deal 5 damage to a chosen opponent as an isolated source of undefendable damage. So what you're trying to do with him is get that kinetic energy stored up so you can hit him for free and get your get good things, cards into your hand and more CP to hit with. Again, it's a powerful ability, and one that the way the board is designed, most likely you're going to hit that stack limit, I would say 2 if not 3 times, especially if you're gauging what's going on. Doctor Strange. He has the most unique board right alongside the Cursed Pirate. He does not have any ability upgrades in his deck. Instead, he has spell cards that he's going to be using. Spells have prepare and cast effects. When you prepare a spell, place the spell on your passive ability book of Vishanti. Do not remove previously prepared spells. Then perform the prepare effect. When you cast a spell, you may choose any card from your book of Vishanti and perform the cast effect. So the more cards you get in there, the more abilities you're going to have through the game. Crimson Bands. It's a negative stack effect, or only a stack of 1. Negative status effect. Cannot play cards during their next roll phase. A player afflicted with this token cannot play cards during their roll phase. That's conclusion of the roll phase. Discard this token. That's huge. Premonition. Draw more cards during income phase. A player with these tokens may spend them once per turn during their income phase to activate one of the following effects. 1 token, draw 2 cards instead of 1. 3 tokens, draw 3 cards instead of 1. When activated, one of the drawn cards must be placed on either top of the or bottom of the deck. When activated, one of the drawn cards. Oh, you can mess with your deck. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Deja Vu. Restart your offensive roll phase. Instead of activating ability, a player with this token may spend it to conclude their current offensive roll phase and then start a new offensive roll stage. Oh, that's mean. I like it. Yeah, they have done such a good job of incorporating the character that they are portraying. With him, he's manipulating time and space. And they did a good job of doing that on their board. I want to look into the spells a bit more because I'm pretty sure they're ridiculous. And last but not least is the Black Widow. Black Widow has a few fun abilities. She has the Covert Ops, used to look at or rearrange cards. You may spend this token once per turn during your main phase to do one of the following effects. Put an ability upgrade from your hand into play. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If none of them are ability upgrades, you may reveal these cards and search your deck for an ability upgrade. Show it to your opponent and add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Otherwise, put them back in any order. This token may not be transferred or removed by any means. Agility. When a player with this token receives damage, they may spend it and roll 1. If the outcome is 1 to 3, prevent half the incoming damage, rounded up. Time Bomb. This is a negative status effect. Roll a 6 to attempt to defuse. Take 4 damage if you run out of time. When inflicting this token, if you have at least 6 ability upgrades in play, place it on the 1 side. Otherwise, place it on the 2 side up. During upkeep phase, a player with this must roll a die. On a 1 to 5, advance the Time Bomb. On a 6, remove this token. This sounds very reminiscent of the Powder Keg. When a Time Bomb is advanced, if the token is on the 2, flip to the 1. If the token is on the 1, the afflicted player takes 4 damage as an isolated source of undefendable damage. That is brutal. I look forward to playing her as a character as well. There's just some fun mechanics in this that they have not used before, and I am very grateful that they have all these mechanics in that really change up the gameplay. I am a big fan. My first impressions is this is the quality that you're used to from Dice Throne and Roxley team. Some of the highest quality components I get to play with. The new guide rail system is really great. My one complaint with it is there's no pocket for the random, like if you want to do a random game where you both draw a card and play those characters, there's no pocket just to set those in. That's my only complaint. My other thinking is while these guardrails are nice, it would almost be nice, like they were almost there, they could have just gone and made a whole plastic bottom and just probably been just as cheap once they got it made up. That is nothing against it. This is a much better system than the cardboard slots that is in the first 2 season boxes. We are looking forward to doing this and getting it more on the table. If Heather's going to play it this way, I will gladly play this. It is cross compatible, so I can choose any character I want and play against a Marvel character that Heather likes. So that is about all I have. Go ahead and look us up on Patreon, where we have for $1 gets you into our private Discord. If you're still here and watching, please go do that. It supports us and helps us make more videos like this. I do plan on I have a series I want to do. Leave a comment below if you want to see a short breakdown, 5 to 10 minutes of each character and how to use them and what you're looking for when you're playing those characters. Just leave a comment down below and I will gladly get started on those. I'm going to get started on them anyways, but that's about all I got for you. I'm going to let Shane take us out of here, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.